I'm going to share some information with you about how to get started playing on an Appalachian dulcimer. Many of them have an hourglass shape. This particular one is called an elliptical shape. But the dulcimers share in common this unusual fretboard called a diatonic pattern. It's not chromatic. It will produce a scale, and this actually helps you learn to play the instrument much easier. The way you tune it, well, there's 4 standard ways, and then there's a lot more that are non-standard. The one I currently am in is D, A, D, which is known as Mixolydian. If you were thinking out of the do, re, mi scale, it would be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And if you work off of a piano, this is the D that is below middle C. This A is below middle C. And this D is above middle C. Okay? This is a good tuning. Now, when you play the instrument, you will place your fingers as close as you can to these metal bars called frets, because that's where you get the best sound for the least effort. Some players use sticks. It's a very traditional method. It's called using a noter. I started out that way, but I've gone to using my fingers for most of my music, although I still like a good noter tune every now and then. Okay? You will play the melody notes on the thinnest string closest to your body, and that will be your highest pitch. When you play, it's most comfortable if you have the left-hand portion of the instrument close to your left knee and the right-hand portion closest to your right hip. Now, holding a pick. Picks are great. Some people play with their fingers, some play with their picks, some do both. Currently, I'm going to show you how to use a pick, although if it bothers you, you could just strum across with your thumb till you get used to what you're doing over here. Okay, but if you want to go ahead and get started with a pick, it's best to hold your thumb on one side and then oppose that thumb with the index. This is the angle I have. Okay? Some people will want to also use the second finger, your middle finger, for extra stability, but what that does is it tightens up the muscles through here and through the base of the thumb. And that's not really good for you. So if you can hold your pick this way with just thumb and index, that's great. These picks that I'm using, they're called Herdim, H-E-R-D-I-M. They're available through the internet. They come from Germany. They're wonderful for dulcimers. They've got 3 different levels of strength or thickness. I use the very thinnest, which is called level 1, but just a regular big guitar triangular pick will work fine. You can even use a small guitar pick, just don't get one that's real stiff. Okay, now you will need to know where to put your left hand to get the melody sounds. You will want to know that if you play the string with no fingers down, it's called 0. If you put your finger to the left of the fret in that first wide space, it's called 1. This is 2. This is 3. It's more narrow. 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7. And there are more up in here, 8, 9, 10, but we don't need them right now. So let's get used to what we've got. Okay, starting frets 0 up, we're going to find the major scale. Here it comes, 0. Do, 1. Re, 2. Mi, 3. Fa, 4. Sol, 5. La, 6.5. Di, 7. Do. So you've already got do, a deer, a female deer. Well, not really, that would take some practice. But it's all in the instrument ready to come out with some work. Now, to play a simple song, that's the best thing to try first. So let's do Mary Had a Little Lamb. I suspect that's already in your ear. Go to fret 2. Put your left hand down. I use my index, or if you're not comfortable, you can use 2 fingers, index and middle, or if you're a child, that works well. Fret 2, press, and then you get to strum across. Let's just do the melody string so you can hear that real clearly. That's 2. Let's go down to 1. Lift off for 0. Press down for 1. Slide to your right for 2. Here comes 1. 2. Now skip up to 4. You did notice we're repeating certain notes. 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 2, 2. Another 2. Go down to 1. Repeat it. 2, 1, 0. Okay. Now, let's strum across the instrument. And by the way, the best way to strum is kind of like an arc. Instead of pushing from your shoulder back and forth as though you were sawing, that's hard on a shoulder. So if you just swing, let it swing, and then the elbow just kind of flows with the wrist, it's pretty comfortable. And that's also why you pull the instrument back toward your right hip and out towards your left knee. That makes it easier for the left hand. Does not get stressed out so much if you'll do that placement. So here comes Mary Had a Little Lamb with the extra strings known as drone strings. Here we start on fret 2. Find it and we'll press down. 2, 1, lift off for 0. 0, 1, 2, 2, 2. Go to 1 now. 1, 1, 1. Up to 2. 2, you got to skip to 4. 4, 4. Start with 2. 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Now, I do apologize for the road noise because I'm afraid it has come in a bit, but to get good light outdoors, this is my best spot. So, there's a little Mary Had a Little Lamb. Another fun beginning song is Hot Cross Buns, Hot Cross Buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, Hot Cross Buns. And that allows me to talk about strumming directions. I am an out strummer, which means my primary strum starts near my body and goes out. That's because I was a guitar player first. A lot of dulcimer players are in strummers. A lot are out, maybe 50-50. If you want to be a multi-instrumentalist, maybe the out strum is better. But the in strummers do beautifully too. So what we're going to do is we're going to be careful about our strumming directions. First, I want you to practice this with me. Let's go out 4 times. 1, 2, ready, on the beat. Out, 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 out. That wasn't hard. Now, we're going to double up. We're going to go out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and it will be twice as fast as the outs. 1 and 2 and ready and go and out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Now, let's do a little bit of 4 outs followed by 8 of those doubled up directions. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, out, out. Got to switch. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Switch back. Out. Now switch. Do it again. Switch again. One more time. Out, 3, 4. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, and we stop. That's a good thing to practice. It gets you used to the strumming. Strumming is just wonderful on the dulcimer. Such good rhythms. Okay, so if we do a little bit of hot cross buns, it would start at fret 2 and it would go 2, 1, lift off for 0. We're going to repeat that. 2, 1, 0. Those were all out strums. Now we're going to do our double strum, out, in, on 0. Out, in, go to 1. Do the same thing with the strumming hand. Out, in, now go to 2. We'll do 2, 1, 0. Out, 2. 1 is out, 0. Okay, that's a simple children's song. Let's try it one more time. Start on fret 2. We're all doing out strums. Or you could just reverse everything and it would become in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. If you really just love in strumming, you can do it that way too. So let's go with the outs because that's what I'm comfortable with and that's what I teach best. Okay, start with fret 2. We're going to do out. 2, 1, 0. Repeat that. 2, 1, 0. Now double strums on 0. Out, in, go to fret 1. Out, in, go to fret 2. Out, these are outs. 1, 0. And there you are. You can play a little bit of the Appalachian dulcimer. It truly is a delightful instrument. It's friendly, it's fun. I've been able to teach young children, senior citizens, even up in their 90s, and one wonderful lady with a prosthetic left arm. She was an amputee up to here, but that prosthetic, just the way it worked, she could play it and fret. So it has a lot of potential for many different people who want to get an instrument in their hands. Take care, enjoy your instrument, pull it out every now and then. It might give you some wonderful good times. Take care. Bye-bye.